Hello everyone. In this video we are going to discuss one of the important topic in Java which comes under the category of inheritance. We know Java is a object-oriented programming language, and three main concepts in object-oriented programming are encapsulation, polymorphism and inheritance. In inheritance the main idea of inheritance is that you have a superclass and a subclass. The subclass inherits the methods and variables from the superclass, and you have the ability to override the methods of the superclass from the subclass. So when we do such a thing, we encounter the case where we can reference a superclass variable to a subclass object, and when we do that we have many use cases of it. So let us see how we can do with an example and see what sort of results we get when we reference a superclass variable to a subclass object. So let us directly go to the code. So here we have a main class which contain a main method, and we have three other classes: class A, class B and class C. Class B extends class A, which means B is inheriting the variables and methods from class A, and C extends B, which means C is inheriting from class B, and in a way C is also inheriting from class A. So B is inheriting from class A and C is inheriting from class B and class A. And here we have class A contains two methods and one variable. Small a is the variable in class A. Meth A is the first method and meth ABC is the second method in A. Meth B is a first method and meth ABC is the second method in class B. And same way meth C is one first method in class C and meth ABC is the second method in class ABC. Now we have these three classes, and these objects of these three classes are created in the main class. Here we are calling OA as the object of class A. We'll come to this reference small a later. OA is the object of class A, OB is the object of class B. So when you invoke the method of meth ABC from object OA, it will definitely execute the method which is declared in class A, which is here. This is ABC output in class A. So let us see that. So for now this line is not needed. So let me run this and show the output of what it would be. So as you can see here, this is meth ABC output in class A, which is coming from here. So we invoked the ABC method, which is already defined in class A, and OA is the object of class A, and therefore it is giving the right output. What if I have a reference A, small a is a reference to class A, and what if I reference, and we know capital A is superclass and capital B is the subclass. What if we reference small a, which is a reference to class A, to a subclass object like OB? So what happens, and what sort of output we get? So let us see with an output with a example here. So for example, now here I am trying to remove this, and so let me call superclass variable which is A and assign it to a subclass object, here the subclass. So let me zoom it here little more. So here the small a is the superclass variable, and small o capital B is the subclass object. Now I am assigning a subclass object to a superclass variable, and I am invoking the method meth ABC from small a. So we know small a is reference to a class A, and but later during the runtime we are assigning OB, which is the object of class B, to a superclass variable small a. And when we invoke meth ABC, so during the runtime small a will contain the methods in OB, but it will not contain all the methods of OB. It will only contain the methods of OB which are already present in which are defined in class A. So I'll explain here. So for example, here we have class A contains meth A and meth ABC, and class B contains meth B and meth ABC. So as when we assign object OB to reference small a, it is assigning all the methods which are inherited from class A, that those are anyway there. And also when you have meth ABC in class A and meth ABC in class B, we know that subclass methods take precedence. So when we are assigning OB to small a, so it will not include meth B, because meth B is not there in the definition of class A, and therefore the small a will only execute or only implement meth ABC, which is part of class A and class B, and it can also implement meth A. So let me just run this. So when we create this and when you press a dot here, you can have meth ABC and meth A, but you can't have meth B, although OB, which is an object of class B, has been assigned to superclass variable small a, but you don't have access to meth B through small a, because small a, which is of type class A, has been assigned to a subclass object OB, which can access only the methods which are defined in class A, but the implementation would be as per OB. So let us see by executing meth ABC. So when you execute meth ABC is also there in class A, and meth ABC is also there in class B. So here, since we have assigned OB to A, it will execute meth ABC from class B. So let us run this and see it. So if you see it, this is meth BC. Okay, you can write it ABC, and if you run this once again, you get this is meth ABC output in class B. So we know anyways that when you have when you have a subclass and a superclass, and when you invoke the subclass method, it will definitely be overriding the superclass method. That idea is anyway there, but here we try to show that when you have a common method, when you have a method ABC and method ABC inside B class, all the methods which are part of B which are common to A will be assigned to small a. So this is a different. So when we invoke OB and when we call methods of OB, we can implement meth B and meth ABC. But with superclass variable small a, we are able to implement the subclass object OB's methods here. So this is one of the use case, or one of the functionality of how superclass variables can be referenced to a subclass object. Let us little more make it harder by having three classes: class A, class B, and class C. So here class C is also extending from class B, and class C also has meth ABC. So now if I create an object called as OC from class C, and if I assign OC to reference A, and if I invoke meth ABC, and we are sure that it is going to be from class C. So although small a was of type capital A, and later we have assigned small a to a small a, which is a superclass variable, to a subclass object OC, and therefore whatever is the method which is there in the class C is being implemented. So suppose what happens if I assign once again a is equal to, suppose if I assign a is equal to OB, if I assign this now, earlier, okay, we don't have OB, so let me also, okay, and also I've made a mistake here. So let me now create a object bob, which is of type which is of class b. So now earlier I am assigning small a, which is a superclass variable, to a subclass object oc, and later I am assigning to small a to ob. So what happens, you can let us see. So if you see here, we are able to print this is math abc output in class b. So whatever is the latest last one, uh, that is being printed. So the abc method is taken from class b instead of class c. So in this way, even though math abc of class c overrides the math abc of class b, but we have assigned during the runtime, small a will take the method abc from ob, or class b. So that's why we are getting this output. So this is one use case of superclass variable. This is the functionality of how a superclass variable can be assigned to a subclass object. This is also used in interfaces, uh, and in many other places when you are practically implementing things. The important idea here is everything is being decided during the runtime, so nothing is being decided during the compile time, because this oc and ob are going to be assigned a memory, because new operator assigns memory during the runtime, and during the compile time, the assignment might not work, but during the runtime, small a will have the behavior of small a is dependent upon the type of object which is assigned to it, and this is the very important information. So superclass variable assigned to a subclass object, the behavior of the superclass variable depends upon the kind of subclass object which is there during the runtime and not during the compile time. This is the core idea in stating that superclass variable reference to a subclass object. Thank you.